Hey, so the one thing I really want to start doing more of on my channel is introducing you guys to some new and up-and-coming reptile hobbyists out there. And I thought I would start today by introducing you guys to my friend. This is Jason Kabelka.
It's actually Justin.
Oh, sorry. Sounds like Jason has a little bit of a temper issue. Although he mostly keeps ball pythons, he actually keeps some really cool and exciting snakes as well.
You know, actually, I really think ball pythons are pretty cool, personally.
Oh, yeah. Isn't Jason adorable? Welcome to video number 38, everybody, and I am really excited to get into today's video. I visited the Canova facility owned by Justin Kabelka. I know this is an Arboreal channel. I know you guys are really not into ball pythons, but this facility blew me away. It was nothing like I had ever seen before. I was a kid in a candy store. I loved every second of the visit. What I really focused on at Justin's facility is we're not going to get into ball pythons. There are plenty of videos out there if you want to check out Justin's ball pythons. I focused on his non-ball python projects, with his green tree pythons, his Boelens Pythons, and I just love the research he did before he got any of these animals. It's super impressive. I'm excited to show you that, and I cannot thank Justin enough for his hospitality and his generosity during our visit. I am so excited to show you his entire facility.
Hey, hon.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a little bit of a man crush.
No, I don't have a man crush on Justin. I mean, not at all. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just a little bit of a man crush, but it's actually huge. It's overwhelming, and I love him. And I also cannot forget to thank my boy MJ over at Trap Talk Reptile Podcast, the coolest reptile podcast in the world. While I was over at Justin's place, MJ was with me as well, and he filmed all my segments for me. So MJ, I cannot thank you enough for doing that. I also want to mention to you guys that we're going to be visiting Mice Direct, owned by my friend Heath, and he lives over by Justin. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek today, just what the inside of this huge rodent breeding facility looks like. I think in the clip I mentioned that I think they produce like 50,000 mice a week. I may have overshot that number. Maybe it's like 5,000, but regardless, it is a lot of mice. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. It was overwhelming. It was really clean. And again, Mice Direct, thank you for letting me visit, and thank you for letting me film. We're also going to get into available animals. I have some really cool available stuff. I just loaded up on Morph Market, so I want to give you guys an opportunity to see those animals. And lastly, Savu Python project. I had some Savu Pythons eggs laid recently. I want to get you caught up on that, so why don't we just jump into today's video. Hey, so there's so many videos out there. If you want to see Justin Kabelka, if you want to see his facility, there's so many videos out there you can watch. I mean, it is truly amazing. It's breathtaking, and I am super jealous of it. But I want to show you guys the non-ball python stuff. Ball pythons, yes, I know it. I love them, and that's how Justin built this amazing facility. But I want to focus today on the non-ball python stuff. So let's go check out his some really cool animals. It's a complete separate room. So I'm going to start out over here. He has a black dragon, which is an amazing animal. He's got some Leachianus geckos over here. And then Justin is starting to get into the green tree pythons now. We're going to talk to him about that. That's an animal, that is a designer animal produced by Bill Stegel. That's a beautiful animal. And over here, this is a locality, a Maniquari animal that I produced last season, and I was super happy to get it into Justin's hands. So Justin, here's the question for you. You are the ball python guy. You're a ball python guru. You're so ahead of the game. What are the major differences you're seeing as far as taking care of the green tree pythons compared to the ball pythons?
Yeah, I would say they're actually a lot easier in a way, right? Because you don't have that substrate stuff. You know, the coop, you change the bedding, you change the mat at the bottom. They're always a visual, and they're always up and about. I define them actually to be a simpler species in a lot of ways. So they're much better display species, that's for sure.
And I love the low maintenance aspect which you brought up. It's not the daily cage cleaning every day. Right. And as far as the look that you like, I mean, you're kind of new with the green tree pythons right now. What's the look like? What attracts you to a certain green tree python?
For me, I think it's just a uniqueness. That's the same thing in ball pythons, honestly. When you see so many that are just bright green, you start looking like, well, how much is blues, or like what are those weird black spots in there, or the dark speckles. So in my mind, I think I don't even know what's good yet. In my eyes, like oh, that one looks different, right? Yeah. This one has such a beautiful orange color. Yeah, I'm impressed with it.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's a locality animal. And the thing I'll tell you is that I know a lot of people are into designer animals. I'm a big locality guy. As you know, I'm big into the Maniquaris. But I have to tell you, when I'm seeing them next to each other, I just think the locality animals are so much prettier than the designer animals. And even like Bill Stegel, even though he produced that animal, I'd be willing to bet if Bill was here and he actually saw my animal compared to his animal, he would have to agree that my animal and the locality stuff is just so much nicer.
I'm not so sure about that.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Why don't we go check out some Boelens Pythons? So the coolest thing about walking into Canova facility here is that, you know, just the Boelens exhibit. It's basically at zoo quality, and as you can see them, as soon as you walk in, you got a male and a female Boelens Python in here. These enclosures are roughly 4 foot wide. I think they're 5 foot high by 2 feet deep. Both of the animals are hiding right now, but what I want to show you is maybe I can get Justin just to take out one of these animals for me. But I want to take you guys behind the scenes to these Boelens cages, and we're just going to walk around over here. Here's another cage. This has a dwarf reticulated python in it. Beautiful animal. You can see it's perched. And again, just nothing was spared during the making of these enclosures. They're beautiful. So we're going to go to the background, and we're going to bother Justin one more time over here. And Justin, would you mind opening up the Boelens exhibits from the back for us?
So this is behind the scenes here.
And they're on wheels too, guys. I love that about these exhibits. You can move them if you need to. Yeah, it's hiding behind the grass over here. I don't know if you have to take them out. I should bother to take them out, Justin. You have to do that.
Is this on the rock or anything?
That one's right there chilling to the left, to the lower left. Your left, Justin.
Mine left over here.
Yeah, it's over in there.
Oh, they were not very well displayed, were they, for you?
No, well, maybe would you mind taking one out for us? So this pair, guys, is about a 3-year-old pair. These are captive hatched animals. Justin's had them since babies. And this is exactly what a Boelens Python at this age and this size is supposed to look like. I mean, they just have that healthy sheen to them, and they're just amazing animals.
Are you going to edit the captive hatch in Indonesia, or did someone really captive hatch this here?
These aren't captive bred, they're captive hatched. Yeah, most they're all Boelens are pretty much captive hatched over in Indo. So Justin, here's my question for you: is that you get into the chondros now? What is it about the Boelens Pythons? You know, you can get any python species you want. You built these beautiful enclosures. Why'd you pick Boelens Pythons to put in?
So for me, Boelens are always been like a bucket list, and honestly, just because of how they look, I've been hearing for years. I've been hearing for years about how great their personalities are. Yeah. And so when I saw them and I had the opportunity, I was really, just fortunate to get a hold of a pair. And raised them from a tiny little baby.
I was going to say.
I remember when you got them.
They're bright red.
Any challenges on these at
all?
all?
The first few meals were a little bit challenging. We did have to scent the rodents with quail.
Okay.
But honestly, it was nothing like what I hear some of the green trees can be sometimes with the first few meals. I would say probably 4 or 5 scented meals, and then they start taking mice right away on the road.
Yeah, you know what? I had babies years ago, and I used to bring them in, 6 at a time. This is when they were much easier to get and a lot less expensive. So how I used to get them going was somebody had tipped me off on it. It was actually Michael Cole. I used to dip the rodent in egg yolk, chicken egg yolk, and that seemed to be a major catalyst to get the animals feeding.
That would have been easier. Wish I'd known about that.
Well, I don't know. There's no right or wrong. I think the quail route you went sounds like it might be easier and definitely less messy. But I just want to stress to you guys out there that what I love that Justin did is that, these animals get big and they have special requirements, and I love the beautiful enclosures that he took the time to put together for them. And I don't have Boelens Pythons. I definitely don't have the room for them, but if I was going to keep Boelens, I would definitely try to mimic something he did because it just looks so natural, and the animals, again, just look so happy and healthy. So anyway, thanks for taking them out for us, Justin. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you Heath over at Mice Direct was nice enough to allow us into his mouse breeding facility. And I just want to, hopefully, the camera's not going to do it justice, but I want to give you guys just a sense of the amount of rodents he's producing here. I think it's like 50,000 a week. So I don't even know how far this building goes down, but I'm going to show you guys a bunch of rows right now of breeding mice. So just bear with me. We're going to take a little walk together. Hold on one second. Okay, so it starts out on this side of the building, and I might have to take a walk down one of these aisles just to show you guys, but here we go. This is room number 1. I'm going to say that goes down at least 100 feet. I couldn't tell you how many enclosures. Here's another room. And again, I think the number is about 50,000 mice so he's producing. And we're going to go through, this is the biggest room. I mean, it's just unbelievable. What I can't believe is he wouldn't be producing this many mice if he wasn't selling this many mice. Here's Bill Stegel. And I'm just going to quickly take a walk down one of these aisles because I want to just show you guys just how we're halfway down the room right now. Let's go down the rest of it. And I'll turn around when I get to the end because I want you guys to see just how far we walked. And again, this is just mice. I just was in another building that was all rats, but it wasn't nearly as big as this building. So let's get to the end and turn around. And that's it. So anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that. We're always wondering where our rodents come from. This is where our rodents come from. Huge places like this, breeding facilities, and I don't know, it's overwhelming. It's pretty amazing. All right, catch you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so I hope she's showing up well. This is the dam to the clutch. She is a Gamma Jag produced by Martin Rosemond. I think she's about 4 years old in that area. And I'm hoping she's showing up well on this camera right now because
a diamond.
Oh, that's right, Diamond Jungle Jaguar. Yeah, she's phenomenal, and I'm going to show you her babies in a second. But I hope she's showing up well. So that's the mom, and let's take the sire out now. And guys, this is the sire to the babies. He's a Diamond Jungle Jaguar sibling. Looks to be just about going into a shed right now. And again, I hope this is showing up on camera because he's a phenomenal animal. And again, produced by Martin Rosemond. If you guys know Martin, I'm sure you do. He produces just some of the nicest Gamma stuff around. And so this is the male again. I just showed you the female, and now I'm going to show you guys the available babies. Hey, before I show you guys the babies, one thing I want to really clarify, in interest of full disclosure, is that I do what's called like GS Reptiles co-op. So what does that mean? I actually make available babies that I did not produce. I have a couple really good friends. One of them I just shot the footage at his house. Is that these guys have no social media presence. They have some incredible animals, just that they're not on social media and they choose not to deal with the public. They'd rather just produce the babies, hand them off to me. I establish them. They are all in my care. So if you buy any of these babies, be assured one thing. They are in my care. I get them established. I get them sexed. And they are perfect animals and gorgeous from really, really high-end adults. So I'm going to show you available today, available carpet pythons and some available boas. In both cases, I did not produce these animals. So with that said, here is one of the carpets that's available from that amazing female you guys just saw on that piece of film. And this is what we call a Jaguar sibling. The problem with baby carpets, as you guys know, is that it takes them, at least 6 to 8 months to color up. So this looks like nothing right now, but I promise you, this will be a bright, super bright yellow. It's all Gamma bloodline, right? So it's going to be a super bright yellow and jet black baby. It's going to be a phenomenal. This one has a particular aberrant pattern to it, and they all look different. I'm going to show you a Jaguar from that clutch now as well. And every baby I'm showing you right now, just posted just a few of them. As I establish them, I'm going to be posting them on Morph Market, and I'll eventually get them on GS Reptiles as well. And that's just a beautiful, that is a Gamma Jaguar female that's also available. And again, this is all under GS Reptiles on Morph Market. And again, these purchases, you guys know, if you watch my channel, this is all specialty enclosure designs by my friend David Brahms. He makes all these purchases for me, and these Arboreal carpets, whether it's a chondro, an emerald, or an Arboreal carpet, they love these purchases. And I find when I'm getting babies to feed, they feed a lot better when they're perched on these, if they're perched on a perch as opposed to just underneath the hide spot. That's what I've experienced anyway. So anyway, if you're looking for some beautiful Jaguar carpets, all Gamma bloodlines or Gamma Jaguar siblings, they're all on Morph Market under GS Reptiles, and I want to show you guys some really beautiful boas right now. Hey, so also listed up on my Morph Market page, again, it's under GS Reptiles, I put some sharp strain albino and sharp strain sunglow boas. Okay, so what's a sunglow? A sunglow is a hypo albino boa. And these are, again, produced by a good friend of mine. The parents are amazing. I'm going to put pictures up of the parents right now. And like carpet pythons, guys, are not that pretty to look at now. I mean, I think they're beautiful, but they only get better with every shed. They get really white, orange, and reds to them. And the thing I love about boas is that the temperament is typically really sweet. They don't get that big. A female will get, a large boa, I would say, would be like 8 foot or bigger for a large female boa. Males are going to stay about 5 to 6 feet. And if you don't have the room, you always wanted a larger snake, you don't have the room for, say, a Burmese python or a larger reticulated python, boas are a great choice. So that is a sunglow boa, which again is a hypo albino. It's a sharp strain albino. That's my most favorite type of albino, by the way, of the different albinos and boas. So that's the sun glow, and this is a sharp albino boa. And again, not much to look at now, but it'll just get much prettier as it gets bigger. So if you're looking for any type of boas, again, check out my Morph Market page. GS Reptiles on Morph Market. I love these things. They're all posted, so go check them out. Savu Python clutch number 3 and my final Savu clutch of the year. I love taking you guys on this journey with me, but I'm always super stressed and super nervous. My Savu female, silver Savu, just gave me some eggs. I have no idea what's going on with them yet. They could be terrible. They could be great. We're guys are going to, as always, find out with me. Last year, this girl gave me 6 perfect eggs, and she laid them on 25 days post-ovulation shed. And this year, again, like clockwork, she's 25 days post-ovulation shed. So let's take a look and let's see exactly what she gave me. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck. My first 2 Savu Python egg clutches have yielded a total of 3 good eggs. So that's pretty sad. Let's see. So this is clutch number 3. As you can see, they look good so far, what I could see. So what I'm going to do is pull her off of there. I'm going to candle them, and you guys are going to find out exactly what I'm dealing with. I will be right back. So what do we got? We got a total of 4 eggs. One is a boob egg. I just candled it. There is nothing to it, no veins whatsoever, so that is not a good egg. And these 3 eggs all look good. I candled them. They are perfect eggs. So she gave me 6 good perfect eggs last year, 3 perfect eggs this year. And this is just not the year for me with Savu Pythons. So it looks like last year I had 22 eggs, 22 babies. And this year I have 6 good eggs. Hopefully they'll yield 6 babies. And that's how it is, guys. Sometimes the python gods, the snake gods are with you, and sometimes they're not. But anyway, hey, here's the good news. As always, she did pass all her eggs. She didn't retain any eggs. That's always the biggest nightmare, right, you could deal with, is you get a bad clutch of eggs plus your female retained eggs. So at least we don't have any of that going on. So again, 3 good eggs, making my grand total Savu Python eggs for this season a total of 6 good eggs. So I will incubate them, and as always, I'll just keep you guys posted. Okay, so those Savu Python eggs you just saw are now 30 days old. Here they are, and so we got about another 30 days to go on them. So my grand total of Savu Python eggs this year that I theoretically should have is a total of 5 compared to 22 last year. So that bums. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, guys. Right? It's just up and down. Normal breeding season. The good news is both clutches have eggs. One clutch has 2 eggs. The other one has 3 eggs. Both are from silver Savu females. So I have a shot at either getting visual Savus or they're definitely going to be het. So either I'm going to get het Savus or visual silver. So anyway, 5 total Savu eggs this year. If you were counting on me for Savu Pythons this year, well, unfortunately, it looks like I'm probably going to let you down. But better luck to me next year. I don't take this girl out enough and show her off enough. Just, is this an amazing diamond python or what? Hey, before I continue, did you guys subscribe to my channel yet? Are you liking my videos? Are you commenting down below? If you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. This is what they call a Gothenburg Zoo diamond python bloodline. I don't know if there's such an existing bloodline as Gothenburg Zoo. That's what I bought it as. Some people tend to doubt that's what it is. They don't just think there's a Gothenburg Zoo line of diamond python. But regardless, she is phenomenal. She's a pure diamond. She's gorgeous. And hopefully she's going to give me some babies next year. Hey, guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I hope everybody's having a great summer out there. And I plan to see everybody in a couple weeks. Who has the best YouTube channel? Me